Okay, let me create my poll as I do. Tell me a word or phrase you learned recently and like this video. Let me go look up a word right now. Whew. Okay. The poll has been created. No me quiero bañar. No me quiero bañar. Así cochino me voy a quedar. No me gusta el shampoo, no me gusta el jabón. What am I gonna watch tonight? Bum, bum, bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Talentos ocultos. Terminator. Terminator Genesis. I never watched that one actually. Y'all knew I was gonna put on the Mentalist, dog. But I'm gonna find another show to watch.
Both know what you are. I mean, let's be honest here. You're a con man. I mean, you're very charming, you're very good at it, but you're just a con man. And you can no more help me than you can fly to the moon. Now who's struck a nerve? Nobody's past helping.
Do 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 do.
Believe me when I say this, but you don't want to make this
Do
personal.
do 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 do.
Now give us 10 film.
Mr. Styles, the percentage play
Do
is to get the stand.
do 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 do.
She's not
Do
gonna
do
betray you. She's
do
loyal.
do 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 do.
I'm bored.
Hey, Willie LeBlanc. Bro, I love watching game shows. It doesn't matter what language it is, I always think I'm smarter than the people on there. And I just be like, yo, if they would have put me on the show, I would have won the show, bro. Of course, I say that when I'm watching at home. It's different when you're on the show. But I'm just saying, every game show I've ever watched, I thought I would have won.
Pues sí, llevo una rastra. Desde que estoy en el grupo mixto, pues estoy con los podemitas, pues he cambiado un poco. De hecho, he probado el tofu. Y no solo eso, ha hecho algún cambio más. He adoptado un perro tullido. Parezco Daniel Rovira. Y ahora reciclo. Todo al amarillo. Bueno, de hecho, como nos llevamos bastante bien, hemos creado un grupo de WhatsApp que se llama... ¿Y ellos de ella?
I got to find something to watch. I got to hold on to my
No
receipt.
sé si es algo que podemos superar porque no
What's
se
up, bro?
trata solo de
Bro,
nosotros
why is your
dos.
account name changed so
La
much?
verdad, ya tengo suficiente con mis propios
I
problemas
already knew who you were
como
because
para
I'm used to
formar
seeing
parte de una familia que no me aceptó
both
desde el
names now.
inicio.
But why you got two accounts, bro? Or why does the name change? Because sometimes it's a purple screen or a purple display pic and it says Lafayette, and then sometimes it says casino.
No sé cómo expresar todo lo que siento.
I got to hold on to my receipt.
Me hace sentir muy, muy mal. No puedo prometerle nada ahora mismo. Pero por mi lado estoy trabajando en hacer que esto sea posible.
Bueno, todos se dan cuenta de lo difícil que es su relación.
Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know if that was good or not.
No,
Ok.
This my YouTube and
no hay
Lafayette personal.
nada que pueda hacer
Or
para
personal, I'm tripping.
cambiar lo que no les gusta. Solo
Do you make content? What do you put on this casino
Bien,
page?
muchachos, necesitamos una pausa.
ok.
Or have you not done it yet? But you just made a content page for when you make it.
Lamentablemente ya se terminó. Yo lo siento por ellos, pero todos sabemos que hay muchos obstáculos.
Sí.
¿Cuál sería el final feliz para ellos? Un final amistoso, amical. ¿Cuál es la...
No me quiero bañar, no me quiero bañar. Si cochino me voy a quedar. No me gusta el shampoo, no me gusta el jabón.
Y mucho más de todo lo que te gusta. Chocolate. Mucho más que ver.
It's in the works travel channel. How long is it gonna be in the works for, bro? When you gonna start traveling and making some content? Hey, give me like 30 seconds. I gotta check something. Spider-Man. Man, there's nothing good on TV right now, bro.
Yana, puede ser...
Going to Cuba this month. I wanna see you out in Cali. Yeah, come through to Cali, man. What part of Cuba are you going to? Havana or what?
Tu identidad genética ha sido confirmada, Caldero. Soy el
And do you have a contact out there, or are you just about to be just kicking it?
diseñado como repositorio de todo lo de carácter kryptoniano. Mi único propósito en esta travesía es informarte, asistirte y protegerte a ti y a cualquier forma de vida kryptoniana.
Espera, él es.
Sí, señorita Lane. Está observando a la niñera del último hijo de Krypton. Continúe viendo. También se me ha confiado preservar la historia de todos los linajes de los kryptonianos. Debemos comenzar con el tuyo. La casa
Yo, this
de-
book,
Espera, ellos
this
son.
shit's heavy, bro. The words up in here dense than a motherfucker, bro. Yo, why do superheroes have to wear costumes, bro? Why can't they just walk around?
Hola, Superman. Te ves bien.
Será un recordatorio de que eres un alienígena. Olvidan eso cuando los salvas de aviones en picada.
¿Cierto? Pero tengo fe que...
Superman!
Gracias, tú también lo eres. Sé de una mujer muy inteligente que siempre dice la luz del día es la mejor cura. Te llevo al planeta.
Havana, don't know
Y
anyone
salvarme de deducirle el gasto
The
del taxi
Key-Man.
a White. Eres un héroe.
helping me, a YouTuber.
Ya me conoces. Siempre
That's
sabes
cool.
ella.
I always think traveling is cooler when you know somebody there because they can show you everything, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff you can do on your own, but there's nothing like those experiences with people that are like from there for real. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody could go to my hometown and they could do stuff. There's stuff to do there. But I think it would be doper if they came to my hometown and they kicked it with me and my family, or me and my homies,
Debo irme.
or just locals from the town. You know what I'm saying? Because then you get the real vibe of the people. Any activities that you do when you go visit somewhere
¿Tienes prisa?
is like stuff that other tourists would do. So that it's like tourists there. You know what I mean? And I don't really like doing tourist stuff.
Ven conmigo.
But the book though,
¿Qué puede ser más
this
importante que
is,
lo de intercambio?
I mean, obviously it's in Spanish, but it's the autobiography of a yogi.
¿Tuviste esa entrevista con tu superamigo?
Um,
Ya sé qué significa.
and it's, like I said, it's heavy,
Ven acá.
very heavy. I told you some of the words up in here, bro. You'll just be like, what the?
¿Siempre te exaltas cuando lo ves? Debería estar celoso.
Creo que son las mallas.
Puedo colocarme una si es necesario.
Perfecto. Úsalas en nuestro viaje a los Hamptons.
Acerca de eso,
I wish you was healed.
No.
I want to walk the city with you out in Cali, but I know you're limited. Bro, I already started walking. The thing is, like,
Vista con el secretario de Estado.
puedo
it's just right now I just carry a cane just so that I don't like fall over if I take like a misstep or something. But
están en la ciudad.
¿En serio?
yeah, like by the time you would get out here, I'm gonna be like
Más interesante.
healed to walk, like whatever.
No,
I don't get like
No,
like I was strong before I got hurt, you know what I'm saying? Like realistically, only 2 months have passed. You can't really lose that much strength in a month. If you are in a coma for 1 month, after 4 weeks, that's when you begin to actually lose strength. So it's not like I'm weak. It's just that I haven't really walked in 2 weeks. I mean 2 months, and so it's just a little awkward. I have to get like the tendon used to bending and stuff again. I don't have all my mobility back, but it's not like if I wanted to walk a mile today, I could. It might take a long time, but I could walk a mile today. Like I'm walking, it's just not my normal walk. So, like if somebody tried to rob me, I would just have to give up my stuff. I couldn't fight back. Not right now, but I'm not like stuck in the bed anymore. If you want to come, like I said, by the time you get here, I will be like weaned off of probably everything. Like in the next 4 weeks. Like right now, I still walk with my braces, but if I have my braces on, I don't need like the walker or anything. Like I said, I carry the cane just in case. Like if I start falling, I could like plant the cane down, but I haven't fell. But the doctor wants me like in the next 2 to 4 weeks to wean off of everything. Like yesterday in therapy, or was that today? Today in therapy, I stood up, took my braces off, took steps without the braces with the therapist there just in case anything happened. But I mean, my last doctor's visit, he told me in 15 days that I could take the braces off. So that is the day before my birthday. So a week from tomorrow will be 15 days basically. And then my birthday's on Tuesday. Dímelo, Mike, estamos activos.
siempre dando palabras de aliento, mi papá. Necesitas recursos muy sofisticados.
That was a good live, Mike.
Planeación como
It's a good live.
laboratorio externo puede ser, pero seguro no proviene de aquí. Quizá de Aztec o de... Por supuesto.
My biggest fear is getting as many people as you do in your lives, bro, because there's no way you can keep up with all those comments. Like by the time you get to the people's comments, they're it's been like 10 minutes. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, I'm getting old, man.
Sí, lo sé. Lo lamento.
Getting old.
Kairos, ¿está bien? Mejor que nunca, Víctor.
Yes, sir. Aries. I really don't know anything about zodiac. I know that I'm an Aries, but I couldn't tell you anything about any of the other signs, when they are, what it means, or nothing.
¿Perdiste algo, Lex?
Dime Rolando. Saludos, bro.
Lo siento.
Mike
¿De
Ben.
qué me estás
I'm buying new clippers.
Esas armas de esta raza
Bro, that shit is
están
so
basadas en
funny, bro.
tecnología extraterrestre, claramente modificada
That is
para intervenir
hilarious.
aquí en la Tierra.
Darius, what's up, bro?
Pero
Astrology
los
annoying.
gringos son estrellas en la metrópolis.
I agree. I try not to like. I'm just not a judgmental person, so I try not to shit on anyone's beliefs or anything. But I just be like, bro, what does this stuff even mean, bro? Like, what I like to do, and this is kind of evil, but I like to just lie about my zodiac sign, so people could be like, I knew it, you're such a Scorpio, and I'm like, yeah, and I just never tell them that I'm not a Scorpio. You cool with me filming with you? I'll let you review anything I post. Bro, I don't care at all. I'm gonna try to interview Temple out in Cali. Yeah, bro, I'm not camera shy, and I really don't care about being on camera. I don't think I've ever told someone not to record me before. I think the only thing I do care about, and this is usually something in the States, not here, is that I don't like posting while I'm somewhere, just because it just makes you an easy target, you know what I'm saying? But I guess I don't do that anywhere. Like, I don't post my gym stuff when I'm at the gym, because I'm just like, for what? I'm gonna just do it when I get home.
Oh, Dios, haz que pare. Luisa, te respeto. Quería ser tú hasta que descubrí que salir en cámara paga más que
Are we about to all die during the eclipse?
¿Quién te lo dijo? Tú lo hiciste.
I don't know, man. My thing is, I just don't get the hype behind eclipses, man, to be honest. Like, I'm always just like, it looks cool, I get it, but like, bro, I saw like a tweet where this guy was like, he asked everyone on the plane who was traveling to Arkansas to watch the eclipse, and everyone on the plane raised their hand, and I'm like, damn, this is like a travel event? I didn't know that. Pamela Cooper, faithfulness. What about faithfulness? Orlando says, what sign do you gauge I am? You're definitely a Gemini, bro. 100%. Darius says, what's the move for Garcia fight? Honestly, bro, I don't know, man. I'm not even predicting anything on that fight because Ryan Garcia is weird, bro. I think if he was focused and he's not a head case in the fight, I genuinely think he could win the fight. But I just don't know him, bro. He's been posting all of this weird stuff and getting high during his training camp, bro. Like, nah, man, I just don't know. Dynamite. Tonight.
¿Se te cayó algo? Como tu devota y atormentada esposa, estoy acostumbrada a tus dedos de mantequilla en casa, pero Hank, le estás dando un mal ejemplo a los otros.
Sí, comandante, comienzo a preguntarme si tenemos
Not even Gemini. Of course you're not a Gemini. I just wanted to say that so I could get closer to the real answer, which is Cancer, because it rhymes with answer. Didn't he have a lot of fake deaths?
Aflojaron un tornillo bastante técnico.
Ryan Garcia? I don't know. I literally have him blocked on Twitter, bro. I can't take his tweets. I just block. Don't want to see his tweets or anyone that interacts with his tweets. Dude like tweets about Illuminati all day and shit. He's a strange dude for sure. Undoubtedly. How old is he? I want to say like 27, maybe 27, something like that. He seems like 27 to me. I don't know. He's not old, but he's not like 18 either. If I had to guess, I would say 27. Somebody can Google that. Your mom's a Cancer? Oh, well, that's what was coming to my mind. You know, when I get these psychic visions, bro, I just get vibes. I can't make sense of it.
Cierto. A veces olvido cuál de nosotros está bajo arresto domiciliario.
I'm wishing for a full recovery. Oh, bro. What? I'm wishing her a full recovery. I was about to say, Mike, I think you misread that. That's not funny, but it is. Hola, ¿qué cuentas, man? Gabriel, dímelo. ¿Qué está pasando? What happened to Planet Mulan? I don't know. You know, I thought I scared him off. And then, like, for 4 months, he didn't say anything. And then one day he popped back up, literally for one live stream. And he said something, and he never came back. But he didn't, like, leave on a bad note. I think he said he was, like, real busy in life or something like that. I don't remember. But I remember he was, like, saving up money to, like, move to Peru and stuff. So, I don't know. Bro, the whole TL wrestling, and I can't tell you what's going on. Yeah, I saw that. I was watching Mike Ben's live stream, but I was like scrolling Twitter, and it's just all wrestling, and I'm just like, bro, I must have missed the jump back on to wrestling, bro. I didn't know so many adults, um, like watched wrestling. I don't know. June 26th. That's your birthday, Mike? Gabriel dice, ¿sabes qué tienen en común? Sí, aeropuerto. ¿Qué tienen en común? Es un chiste negro, sí. How did I scare him off, to be honest? I don't remember. Too much time has passed, but I don't think I did scare him off. I thought I did because he hadn't talked, and it had been a while, so I thought I offended him. Because sometimes, like, if people say something in my chat, I don't know. Sometimes people think, like, because you're talking through a screen that, like, you're not a real person. So if they say something that goes against something that I say, I'll just challenge them on it. But it's not, like, it's not personal. And, like, I just remember one time he said something like, hey, man, I don't want to argue with you. And I'm like, it's not an argument like that. He disappeared for a long time after that, so I felt like I had scared him off. Que los dos tienen terminar. Gabriel, tú eres malo. Jaden isn't streaming on StreamYard. Wait, what did I miss? What does StreamYard have to do with anything? Might come to Cali so I can get a joint interview with you in Tampa. That'll be dope. I don't want to argue with you. Yeah, man, I don't know. The internet is just funny, bro. The internet is funny. I'll see you in Colombia. See you, estoy aquí. Todavía estoy aquí. Chilling. I don't know why, but we Sagittarius, I'm guessing, are hated by all the hippie people who believe in zodiacs. Probably because that sign just sucks, bro. Like, there's just nothing that sounds good about it. I don't really know anything about zodiac stuff. I'm just saying. The IWF comp was nuts in the 89s. Yeah, it was. That was a good. Well, it was good and it was bad. There was a lot of missed lifts, man. It was like. That was a lot of missed lifts. And some of these other sessions have just been garbage, bro. Especially like the non-Olympic classes. Just horrible. Horrible. Dímelo, Edwin. ¿Cómo estás, bro? Oh, how are you doing? You need to speak English, Edwin. I know you want to learn more English. December, you're going to be in Cali for most of May? I think so. You gotta talk to my wife about that, bro. Her plan was to be back in Texas before June. Not early May though. I can tell you this. I can tell you this. Our rent. We just paid rent today, so we're gonna we're gonna be here for at least another month. How long after that? I couldn't tell you. Si fueras a Bolivia, ¿a qué irías primero? ¿A ver sus playas o sus capitales? Mano, en verdad no sé, porque no sé nada de Bolivia. They say we have our minds in the stars. They call us stargazers. That's actually the sign. It's a bow and an arrow being shot into the sky. Ah, Bolivia no tiene mar. No, pero lo sabía, pero no estaba pensando. Bolivia is a landlocked country. I knew that. I need to speak more English. Yes, Edwin. Edwin, what's the hardest thing about speaking English for you? What's a concept that you just don't get? You just don't understand. Jalen, where do you rank swimming in terms of cardio? Because I did some good work earlier and I feel more tired doing that than the treadmill. Um, that's difficult, man. Because that's like saying what's harder cardio, like boxing or running. For one, it depends on how good of a runner or how good of a boxer you are. Because if you don't have the capacity to do one of them, it becomes a lot more difficult. If you suck at swimming, it's gonna be extremely hard, right? But if you're a good swimmer, you can do the same amount of laps with way more efficiency, and it might not be hard at all. So I mean, all cardio is good cardio. Swimming is really good. Um, the benefit of swimming is that it's non-impact. So like you could swim every single day. You can't run every single day if you haven't been running because you could mess your bones up. You could get stress fractures and all kinds of stuff. You have to really be careful about ramping up running. Temple walking and by May he should be good for long walks. I told you, bro, I'm good for long walks now. I just wouldn't do it right now. But like if I was like going to an event or something, like I would be okay. Like standing, walking, I'll be okay. But yeah, I would rather be more comfortable. I'd rather wait. What the fuck? Bolivia is a landlocked country. It doesn't have any beaches. Yeah, that was the joke, bro. That's how he got me. I wasn't thinking about it. He about to get roasted so bad tomorrow. Yeah, probably, bro. Kids are pretty unforgiving, so
Sábado y domingo por las estrellas. Esto provoca la tercera en discordia.
O sea, no te das tiempo para darle un beso a tu esposa antes de salir de la casa. Los chismes destruyeron su relación. ¿Para qué tú te metiste en la vida de los demás? ¿Que van a quisiera de vecina? Sí, ¿verdad? Todo iba bien hasta que apareció la tercera en discordia.
Lunes a viernes son las estrellas. Hay sucesos que cambian sus vidas.
Siempre la gente que quiere estar con nosotros.
¿qué piensa de la situación de Haití? No sé. He leído que, no sé, que eh, ¿qué estaba leyendo? Estaba leyendo un artículo sobre, no sé, un hombre llamado Barbecue, el líder del Haití. Pero no sé qué está pasando. The most difficult, actually, I was watching a video today. The vowel sounds are definitely, for me, the hardest thing of learning. I can't differentiate as in cup, cop, cap. Yeah, it's the same. It works both ways. The same reason it's hard for you to differentiate all the sounds. It's really hard for English speakers to just understand that there's only a couple of sounds in Spanish, and so man, I really just like, I don't want to like start anything, but there's like certain teachers that I see on different apps. I don't want to get too specific because I don't know if he's gonna watch this and be like, bro, I feel like you were talking about me. But like, there's American teachers that'll teach people like, uh, what do they say? They'll say like, if you want to say the E in Spanish, it's just like the A in English. So you just say may, and then I'm like, no, those are not the same sounds, bro. Like those are not the same sounds. I've seen that a lot, bro. And I'm just like, bro, just learn the sounds. Like you don't have to compare it to English sounds. Like just learn how it sounds and just do it. Cosas que no me han gustado. Mm, déjame pensar, bro. A veces, a veces la comida, bro. Porque no es picante. Y las papitas, uf, no tienen sabor. Para nada, bro. Temple got a barber out in Cali for you, Mike. How much is he charging? Bro, he charges basically like 20,000 pesos. That's like $3, $4. English language is really confusing to learn. Yeah, it can be. The thing is, everything is hard to learn. Like, essentially everything is hard to learn. If you didn't grow up speaking it, if you don't learn it when you're young, you're always gonna like try to compare it to your native language and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, like I was literally having an argument with this dude in a group chat like a week ago that was saying like Spanish is harder to learn than English, and I'm like, bro, you only speak English. Like, of course you think that. Like, he's like barely into his Spanish journey, and he's just like, nah, bro, because in English you can easily just say this, and I'm like, yeah, bro, you've been speaking English for 35 years. Of course, that's easy for you to say, but that doesn't make it easy for someone that's learning it, you know? So, all languages have their pros and cons. Like, to me, a pro of English is that we have like a word for every little thing in the world, bro. You can get as specific as you want to get in English about anything, bro. We have specific words for specific things. We don't have to say like it's like this. There's a word for it every time, bro. You might not know the word, but there's always a word. For instance, if you try to get, if you like for us, poking is very specific, and I found this out the other day because I was like, I was trying to tell my therapist that she just poked me, and she likes to try to speak English, so I said she poked me, and then she wanted an explanation of what poking was, and I was trying to tell her like, poke has a very specific connotation in English that it's kind of hard to express in Spanish. Like, yes, you can say like you can use empujar, you can say dar un toque, you can say a lot of things, but they're not as specific as poking is. That's the point. Nah, he's not gonna push your hairline back, bro. He's nice. Okay, but take the word laugh. Why is it spelled like that and not laugh? The thing, yeah, I mean, basically, if you look at Rolando's next comment, it's like it's inconsistent, but the inconsistencies are consistent. If that makes sense. If you know the language that it came from, then you know. But it's the same thing in Spanish, bro. Any rule that you learn in Spanish also has an exception. Like everyone likes to say, like, oh, if it ends in a, then it's feminine. But that's not true though, because if it came from Greek, like el mapa, el tema, What else? Somebody give me more words. El problema, stuff like that, right? Then it's not feminine. It's masculine. And uh yeah, like Mike just said, el agua, right? It's las aguas, but it's el agua. Las águilas, but it's el águila because you don't want to have that. Oh, I forgot the word. Cacoc. ca- I forgot the word. Somebody tell me the word. I know you know the word I'm thinking of, but you don't want to have those two sounds clashing. It's like I'm thinking of the word in Spanish and English, and I can't think of it in either language now. It starts with a C. In English, it ends with an NY. Yes, Edwin, my guy. Yes, you don't want cacophonia. That's what was happening. I was trying to think of how to. I don't know if I've ever said it in English, so I was trying to think of how to say it in English, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like my brain was just exploding, bro. Poking has a negative connotation. Yeah, Mike, and that's what I was trying to explain to her. But it was just hard, bro, because like that's literally what connotation is. Like it's something that you've learned through experiences and stuff like that. So you can't really explain connotation to somebody. That's why uh that's why I don't argue with people about like racism and stuff like that, bro, because if you haven't experienced certain things and you haven't experienced like the negative connotation of a word, it's easy for you to just be like, well, no, it doesn't have to be like that. It's like, but it is like that though. Have you ever heard someone roast someone in Spanish by saying "el pendejo de grande"? Um, maybe. I don't know. I can't say that I haven't heard it, but I can't say that I've heard those specific words before. Maybe. Heard a lot of insults, man.
¿No te importaría si continuamos con el caso desde mi departamento? Mientras encuentro un lugar donde poner mi despacho.
No, para nada. Lo que me importa es que lo veas.
Gracias, Pamela. En mi departamento montaré la oficina mientras que las cosas mejoran.
Are there any words that you consider fighting words in Spanish? Um,
En lo que hoy le agregamos al expediente, no tengo la menor duda que la
I'm
resolución.
guessing you mean
Porque tú no tuviste la culpa de nada.
like in English, there's words that like you can't even say as a joke, right? I'm guessing that's what you mean.
Sí.
I can't think of. Um, well, I don't know. Let me get a better. Let me get a better explanation from you about fighting words. Does it have to be the words, or does it have to be the tone? Um, like yeah, let me get a slightly better explanation. Cause it's like the B word, right? My friends can call me that. People that I don't know can't call me that. My best friend. If I call my best friend, he picks up the phone and says, "What's up, ho? What you want?" But if a random person talks to me like that, I'm fighting, bro. They aren't joking. Um, I think I think it's more tone than it is words. But the typical Puerto Rican cuss words. If somebody says mama bicho, huele bicho, rasca bicho, to me I'm like, yo, you really mad at me right now, bro. Um, like in English, to me, like if you say like you a bitch, like to me that's like as disrespectful as it gets. Like
Las pruebas, todo. De todo el caso.
puñeta.
Vamos a ganarles, te lo aseguro.
Así me gusta ver.
Sunday night vibes. What's up, Santana, bro? What's up? Dímelo.
Se parece tanto.
What do those mean? Mama bicho is like sucker. Rascabicho is scratcher. Huele bicho is sniffer. Tempa, did you live in Puerto Rico? If so, how long? No, I never lived in Puerto Rico.
Alguien que sí valore lo que haces. Es un buen hombre. Un buen corazón.
I think the funniest thing is like,
¿Cómo te llevaba tu esposa?
I suppose it would be the same thing in English to Spanish, but like when people try to translate cuss words, that shit never sounds the same. Like all those bicho words sound goofy to me. They have zero meaning to me. I mean, that's how I feel about all like Mexican slang. I'm just like,
Tienes un refuerzo para hacer.
I guess I feel like you just insulted me, but I don't really know because I don't use those words. I used to train, so I mean, if anyone in this chat watches boxing, when I was in Washington, I trained out of the Benavidez gym. So I used to train like David Benavidez's dad, Jose Benavidez. Like he would do the mitts with me. You know, I wasn't like on their team or nothing like that, but it's a Mexican boxing gym. Like it's only Spanish spoken up in there, and like sometimes the trainers would be talking to me, and I just be like, is that an acceptable thing to say to me? I don't know, because I don't really be talking to Mexicans like that. So I don't know if that's like a regular thing y'all be saying, or if that was like, if you were really calling me a bitch right there. Like, that PR shirt tough. Thanks, bro. I only got like 2 PR shirts. I don't know what happened to all the rest of them. Something happened when I moved, bro. I think I like accidentally threw away a clothes bag or something. Something about like your video thumbnail. What do you use? To be honest, bro, anytime that shit looks halfway decent, I didn't do it. I just pay somebody $5 to do it, bro. Some people might think that's a waste of money, but I'm like not an editor. I'm not about to waste my time designing a thumbnail. So, you know those little bots that'll like message you like, oh, you would get more traction on your YouTube if you used an interesting thumbnail. Like I really just replied to one of those dudes. I'm like, how much money you want, bro? I'll pay you right now. And he made my thumbnails. And now I just, anytime I have like, if I make a video, I just message the dude and I just be like, I'll give you $5 if in the next hour you can make this. You watching La Rosa de Guadalupe? Yeah, it's on the TV. How you know, bro? You can hear that? I'm not really watching it, but it's on the TV. I was wondering how you were creating those fire thumbnails. Yeah, dog, I'm not doing that at all. If you ever see one, like if you see like the good thumbnails, and then the next time you see like some trash, that's the one that I made. That means maybe the dude didn't message me back or something. I need that plug. I'll send you his Instagram. Just message me when I get done with this, or send me a message right now. Whenever I see it, I'll just forward you his profile. But if you just, bro, just download the app called Fiverr. It's literally called Fiverr because they do the work for $5. You go on Fiverr, type in YouTube thumbnail, you're gonna see like 1,000 creators. And you can just pick one and just be like, oh, I want this, and they'll do it for you. It'd be like, it's like outsourcing work, bro. These people are in like Malaysia and shit. Is it super loud? Is it distracting? I didn't know the TV was that loud. I feel like I could barely hear it. That's weird. Let me turn it down a little bit. Maybe that's why I'm fucking yelling, bro. Shit. What's the hardest thing of learning Spanish? Let me think. I think I probably could have given you a better answer in the past, because I'm at a point now where there's like no concepts that are particularly difficult. It's just literally just not knowing certain things. Like today when my therapist was talking to me, and like she said the word injerto, right? And I was like, injerto, what is injerto? And I was really thinking, I'm just like, she's saying it like I should know it. So I'm like, I feel like this is something I should know. So I'm asking her what it is, and she starts describing it. I'm like, what would that be in English? Like I understood what she was saying when she explained it. I'm like, what would that be? Um, and I finally, I finally got it. But it's just stuff like that. Stuff like there's pretty much nothing in English that I would come across where I'm just like, what is that? Because I've just been speaking my entire life. So even if I didn't know the word, in like 5 seconds, I would adjust and just be like, okay, I see what's going on. But sometimes that's just not the case in Spanish. Like I said, I heard the word injerto, and she said it like 3 times, and I'm like, should I tell her I don't know what this means, or should I keep trying to figure it out? But it seemed like she was gonna switch subjects, so I was like, damn, I gotta tell her I don't know what that is. Yeah, TV too loud, but I didn't want to be the first to say. Why, bro? Why didn't you just tell me, bro? I don't care. I'm not here. I'm on live. I'm just watching TV. Like, what does that mean? Injerto is a graft, bro. But I didn't like. That's not even a word that I typically use in English, which is why it was like hard to like kind of like locate the word. Cause I'm like, damn, like I know what it is, but I can't think of what the word would be in English. Because if I ever don't know something in Spanish, she immediately asked me like, oh, well, how do you say it in English? And I was just like, shit, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know how to say it. So I had to like really think. And I'm like, oh, a graft. I guess technically it could be a transplant too. Edwin is graft, so graft. But yeah, little stuff like that. Like even if I had never used the word graft before, if a doctor was talking to me and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to do a graft. We're gonna have to blah blah blah," I'll be like, "Okay," and I wouldn't think like, "What the fuck is a graft?" But sometimes stuff like that happens in Spanish where I hear a word and I'm like kinda sure I know what it is, but it's not like how it is for me in English where I can just be like, "Oh yeah, sure." Sounds like a heart attack. It does kind of sound like that's why, bro. When she said it, I'm like, heck though. I'm like, that sounds kind of serious. I'm like, what are we talking about right now? Jalen, you looking at the solar eclipse with no glasses? Hell yeah, bro. We about to get this disability. Nah, I'm already disabled, bro. If I was super able, I would look and just go blind. But I can't be blind and barely walking around, bro. I can't do it. But yeah, Edwin, that's my answer. Just being, I don't know, like unaccustomed to certain terminology. And the other thing too is like I'm a super inquisitive person. Like I always like, even in English, like I always want to know why we say certain things. But it's easier for me to let something go in English than it is for me to let something go in Spanish. Like never once have I looked up why we say break a leg to say good luck. I kind of always think about it when I say it, but I've never taken the time to like look up why we say that. But on the other hand, and I'm only bringing this up because I said this to someone in a group chat, and they're just like, "Bro, are you sure that's the translation?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm 100% sure." The very first time someone told me "mucha mierda" to say good luck, I'm like, "Mucha mierda." I'm like, well, why would you say that to me, bro? Like, what is that? Like, they told me it meant good luck, and I'm like, "Mucha mierda" means good luck, and they're like, "Yeah." And they weren't even thinking twice about it, so I'm like, I gotta look this shit up, bro. This is crazy. Like, that doesn't sound realistic. And I look it up, and I'm like, oh, what do you know? That really means good luck. But like I said, it's the same thing as break a leg. That sounds crazy, bro. It doesn't sound crazy to me because like I've been saying it my whole life. But did you know that Guadalupe is of Arabic origin? Uh, yeah, I did know that. Yeah, it's also funny. Um, I'm pretty sure I told y'all before, but like my whole family's Muslim, right? My dad speaks Arabic and stuff. And so my mom was telling my wife that she that she wants our kids, if they're boys, to have like Muslim names. And so Axa was saying she didn't want the kids to like uh, basically like go through not necessarily discrimination, but feeling like a outsider or whatever. And I was trying to tell her, I'm like, bro, do you know how many black dudes have Muslim names and don't even know it? You know how many like Jamals, Brahims, Maliks, just all kinds of names like that. People think those are black names, and I'm like, I mean, they basically are now, but they weren't. Also, Mike, my therapist gave me this book. Bro, this shit is dense, bro. Like the words up in here, bro. Like it's not like for instance, this book, right? El Cuco Te Va a Comer. It's like it, it's got like those literature vocabulary words, but it's not something that you necessarily need to look up. Even if you don't know the word, you can tell by the context, right? Um, but this autobiography of a yogi, these words, I'm like, bro, I don't even know if I could tell this shit through the context, but like, I need to stop and look this up real fast, like. And I got low key. It's funny because she couldn't wait to ask me this shit, bro. When she was giving me the book, she was like, "But do you think like can you understand like really deep stuff in Spanish?" And I'm like, "Bro, you disrespecting me. Like we've been talking for weeks. Like you know I could speak Spanish." And she's just like, "No," but she's like, "But this is even deep for people that speak Spanish." I'm like, "Just give me a fucking book, bro." Bruh, she came back the next time. She was like, "Did you start reading the book?" I'm like, "Yeah. I started reading it." And she was like, "Have you had to look any words up?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had to look up a couple, few." I heard that Spanish to English speakers sound like an attack of words since we pronounce every word with the same emphasis, unlike English stresses certain words in a sentence. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Spanish speakers do, and it's funny, not in like a make fun of you kind of way, but it's funny. You guys, because you pronounce everything in Spanish, you do that in English too, like the word comfortable. Like every time I try to teach my students the word comfortable, they're like comfortable, and I'm like, nah, just say comfortable, and they're like, oh, comfortable. I was just like, all right, let's move on. I did not say discrimination. I said a connection to their name. Like I don't have a connection to AXA because I'm not Hebrew Jewish. She's Jewish, y'all don't listen. Temper, are you black American? Yeah, dog, I'm as black as it gets. I'm blacker than black. I'm 200% black. Yeah, dog, actually be creeping, bro. She be acting like she's doing homework. Castro, what's up, dog? You saw your girl Caitlin Clark lost. Refs was trying to help him out. They couldn't help him out enough, though. I be doing my homework and then I hear some false information. If you was focused doing your homework, you wouldn't hear the false information. That's a quote from Wikipedia. Lupa means lobo in Latin. I've looked at several etymology. Oh my god. I'm skipping over the word because I can't speak English. Etymological origins of Guadalupe. I think the best explanation is that it's a composite word of Arabic and Latin origin. I wasn't going for her, but I don't believe you, dog. I told you the refs cheated last game, and you was really trying to make their case, bro. I know you're a secret Iowa fan, bro. There was no fake news. Mike, what's the hardest thing for your students to say in English? I'm just thinking of words. I think comfortable is um, the hardest one to get them to say the right way. Also, TH sounds, because Spanish speakers don't really have uh, that TH, so it's really hard for them. Where's that ending line? Oh yeah, like cable and stuff like that. They want to say cable. RT RD sounds like what? All my students have trouble saying 30 and 13. That's the only reason I'm thinking right now, like TH. Because I'll be like 30, and they'd be like, 30. T Dog, did you do any other speaking exercises aside from italki in the sessions? So I personally have never used italki. I tell people they should use italki, but I've never used italki. I had a friend, but he served the same purpose. I paid him to teach me, so it was literally the same shit you were doing italki. But to answer your question, I would talk to him. I would talk to my friends that I made, and I would read out loud. I still read out loud actually. It's good for you. Rolando, AXA and AXA are not the same thing. AXA, I know what you're talking about. Al AXA is like The Rock, but no, that's different. Her name is a Jewish name. I mean, technically, I'm sure somebody could probably tie them together somehow, but Arabic, Creole, Japanese, Vietnamese students all struggle with that. They feel uncomfortable putting their tongue between their teeth. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, you learn a lot about your own language by learning another language. And you learn even more by trying to teach that shit, bro, because it's hard. It's really hard. For instance, another thing, like my therapist, she lived in Canada for 2 years, and she's been to America a few times. And today she was like, a lot of things in English just don't make sense. She's like you guys always say actually. Like, what does actually mean? And I'm like, oh shit, actually we do say that a lot. But some stuff, like, you just have to learn it by hearing it. You know what I mean? Like like is a muletilla, but like you can never explain it. You just have to like do it. You know what I'm saying? You just have to hear it and just be like, all right, if I can't think of a word, I'm gonna just say like. But I think it's like the word actually is tough, because I could be like, actually, no. T Dog, thank you. You're welcome, bro. Any other questions you got? Let me know, bro. I'll help you the best I can. I love Colombians like that, ones that have come back and forth from the States. They have such a cool perspective, in my opinion. Man, it's crazy, bro. I was in an Uber one time here, and this dude, like, whenever people see my name on Uber, they automatically, like, they want to try to see if I'm American, because obviously it's not a common name. And I just, I didn't feel like fighting against it. Most of the time, I just pretend like I don't know English, but I didn't feel like fighting it against it with him. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm American. What's up? And he's like, oh man, I used to live in America for 10 years. Like, I was a taxi driver or a limo driver. He was a limo driver in New York. He was just talking about how he loved it. And like, he was like, in America, bro, you could work all day and make money. Like, you really get paid for working more. And, bro, this shit was so crazy. Like, he was there undocumented. And he said he got deported. And his wife and kids are still there. I'm like, dang, how you get deported, bro? This motherfucker went to Puerto Rico, bro. Flew to Puerto Rico. And when he tried to fly back, well, it was like, I don't know. Whenever this was happening, they was still on some stuff like, you're Colombian, you might be trying to smuggle drugs or something. So they pulled him aside and they were asking him for his papers and stuff like that. And he ain't have nothing, bro. So he said he spent like 6 months in a Puerto Rican jail, and then they finally shipped him back to Colombia, bro. I was like, damn, bro. Yeah, but Rolando, um, that's what I was saying. It's similar, and it might just come from the Hebrew name. They might be related, um, but there's a lot of names like that. Like a lot of history just connected. So it's, you think something's from here, and then you're like, oh, it's actually from here. You gotta stay put. Exactly, bro. I know when he got locked, bro, he's probably like, why did I do that, bro? Like, why would I fly to Puerto Rico? And he said he had done it like 20 times before that, bro. I don't know what happened where they picked him out that time, but I mean, because technically it's a in-country flight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need a passport or nothing to go to Puerto Rico, but something happened where they were like, nah, dog. I think it's because he had a Colombian ID card or some shit like that. Alexa, can you send me the verse? Bruh, you think she knows the verse? She might. I ran into a dude St. Papadas with my car one time. Dude got out, checked for damages, shook my hand, and said, please don't call police here. Bro, did I tell you? Bro, actually, he's in the chat right now. Castro, you still up in here? Castro that's in the chat, he's learning Spanish right now, but he called me one time and I was actually teaching English and I put my class on pause because he was like, bro, I need you to translate. I just hit this dude's car. And like, it was literally that same situation. But they was Cuban, bro. The motherfuckers was talking 200 miles per hour. T-Dog, is it dangerous to tell them you're American or something? No, it's not dangerous, but like, I just, that when someone knows you're American, if they know any English, they start trying to speak to you in English. And sometimes I don't be feeling like speaking English. So I just be like, no, I'm not American, bro. And they be like, oh, really? Where's that name from? And I just make up a story. Because, like, for instance, like, my name is Jalen, but any of them that see it, they see it and they say, oh, Holland. And I'm like, yeah, Holland. Because if I say Jalen, they're definitely going to know that is like has nothing to do with Spanish or anything because that's not how the letters sound. So, um, yeah, it's not like they're gonna treat me bad or anything. Like the few people that have like really like been sure of it or like really asked me and I told them like they actually love it, bro. They just like want to ask you questions about America and tell you stories. Like I've had like a couple dudes be like, oh, bro, like my cousin lives in New York. I like to go to New York and I need to learn more English because every time I go to the parties, the girls talk to me, but I don't know what they're saying. And I'm like, damn, yeah, that's tough, bro. The name Castro is derived from the Latin castrum, which means fortification. Dope name. Okay, keep my name out of your mouth. How about do your homework? Kids these days, man, they can't even focus on their homework. Too involved in internet beef. That's crazy. Crazy. Se metió en problemitas. Nah, we chillin'. But yeah, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say something about the Ubers here. Yeah, I mean, I also like a lot of times the fact that you're not to say that nobody uses Ubers, but like I tell you, like anytime I'm with Will, if I pull up the Uber thing, he's like, hell no, like bro, what? Like this many pesos? Hell no. I'm like, $2? I'm like, I feel like that's cheap. But they can get taxis for cheaper. So kind of just by default because you're using the Uber, sometimes they be like, this dude's probably not from here. Not necessarily, not always the case, but it's sometimes it's like that. Just because, like I said, you could get a taxi for cheaper. But for me, I'm not getting in a taxi. I'd rather get an Uber. Dre told me he used a taxi once or twice. I'm not doing that shit. No, sir. I'm like, I don't be scared because I just feel like I'll beat anybody's ass, but I don't even do like if people like sometimes they'll do like the Uber will message you ahead of time and be like, hey, my car's in the shop, so I'm gonna be pulling up in a different car with a different license plate. Is that cool? And I just be like, no, like I'm canceling, bro. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm just not going for it, bro. Like I said, do I think I'm gonna get kidnapped or something? No, but I'm not gonna take the chance, though. You feel me? You feel me? Giselle, what's up? What's popping? What's cracking? What's bracking? What's bracking? What's popping, Fi? Just came back home from what? Did you go to church? Nah, what'd you do? Now that we have the master of bilingualism here, we can ask some real questions about learning English. I decided to go out a bit today. Ooh. Wow, that's different for Giselle. Did you go dancing? Did you go eating? Did you go hiking? To the bar? That's a very Colombian answer. Coffee. It's a super Colombian answer. Giselle, what is the hardest part about English to you? As someone that is bilingual, that can fully converse in English, what was the hardest part, either about learning it or still today, what's the hardest part for you? Slang? I don't really count slang. I mean something like maybe like a function of the language, because like slang is just it's hard for everybody. Like yeah, like 9 out of 10 Americans don't know slang, American slang, like slang from black people anyway. Hello, Alexandre, or is it Alexander? When you teach, No, that's different though. Unless you're about to follow that up and say something else. Because it's just hard to teach. I feel like that's just teaching. I mean, for you, like, okay, if you were speaking, students cry about reported speech. No, but if, okay, like if you were talking to me, what's the hardest part about speaking? Like, is there a word that's hard for you to pronounce? Like a certain sound that's hard for you to pronounce? Something. Accent? You know, you don't really have a super strong accent though. You have an accent, but you have a. Hmm, let me be careful about my words. What's the word I'm looking for? You have an accent that lets me know that English isn't your first language, but you don't have an accent that makes me think that you wouldn't understand me or that you would have any trouble speaking. Um, I don't know if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Quit, I don't gas it too much. Nah, nah, nah. Like if I never met her, I would say, yeah, like I know she's not from America, but I wouldn't think like, oh, I need to talk slower or something like that. Accent? Do you have an accent in English or Spanish? Mike, do you know what? I don't have a word for this, but do you know what that like American accent is in Spanish? Not a gringo accent, but like an American accent where you could be like even if you heard the person speaking with a Colombian accent, where you could be like, oh, but they were raised in the States though, like I could hear it. You know what that sounds like? I feel like you do. But I always know when I'm talking to someone that wasn't raised in the country by the way that their Spanish sounds, if that makes sense. Like it's not the word choice or nothing. It's just like there's almost like a neutral American Spanish. Like even if you yeah, okay, okay. You know what it sounds like, but you don't have a name for it. Like yeah. Like I would say like the only one that kind of falls outside of it is like Dominican. Like even still, I can tell that they're not raised on the island, but Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, their shit still sounds pretty heavy, even if they were raised in the States. But Mexicans and other people, it's like almost like the accent is almost washed out. Like you could hear the traces of it, but you're like, yeah, but you definitely wasn't raised in Mexico though. Mike, what accent do you have in Spanish? I was just telling Mike on his live that Mike has a real neutral accent, but you can hear splashes of the Colombians that taught him in his Spanish. I can tell a New York Dominican versus an island Dominican for the most part. Yeah, 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 exactly. Selena Gomez, I can tell. You can tell they weren't raised out there for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it's not even like it's not it doesn't even have to be anything crazy. It's just like yeah. If I was a rat, would you feed me a piece of cheese? Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? Sisas. No sharp cheddar. Rat scoundrel, get out of here, bro. We don't like scoundrels. Wait a second, y'all. Axa texted me. Okay, I'm back. Giselle, you have an accent for sure, but you sound fluent and very educated. Oh, I was thinking that too. I was like, what? I'm like, what her Spanish got to do with anything? Oh, there's too much. I'm about to. You're fake. You're so fake.
I only thought of it because my all the articles I read have that shit in there.
Hey, Mike, did we talk about this last time? I can't remember if we talked about the word moreover. Did we talk about that? I was telling Giselle like how I would never say that shit. That word is so funny to me, dog. Correct, because we grew up with a generic Mexican accent due to the fact that we did not grow up in a specific region of Mexico. We grew up surrounded by people from all over. Exactly. And that's why you can hear it. Like I tell Axel that all the time. It's funny because obviously a Mexican will always be able to tell that she was raised in the States, but here she's just Mexican. Like people just hear it and they're just like, you ain't from here and you sound Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Or like a Puerto Rican would be like, yeah, you definitely ain't. You didn't grow up around me speaking like that. But someone here just thinks like, oh, are you Caribbean? You sound Caribbean. You sound Puerto Rican, some shit like that. I have no cool people around me. You gotta spice up your English so that you could turn it on and off. Yeah, that's what happens if you're only around formal speak. You know, that's why when Will was teaching me Spanish, he only wanted to teach me like very formal shit, and I'm like, no, bro, I'm gonna sound like a fucking nerd, bro. Like you need to teach me like some real shit. Like, bro, he didn't want to teach me cuss words or nothing. I'm like, bro, somebody's gonna call me some shit, and I'm not even gonna know it's a cuss word. I got Argentina accent. There's no one in the world could think that you're from Argentina. That's weird. Unless you're like, show me, llama, axa. Unless you said, poludo, pelotudo. The Uber was stupid. There's no way. You don't sound like you're from Argentina. Motherfucker gonna get you robbed speaking like that. That's what I'm saying. Giselle, you know what? What? Thinking about your question. Edwin, is there a neutral accent in English? Um, you know what? Everyone's idea of neutral and not having an accent and having an accent is always different. I think the closest thing you can get to a neutral accent is like how people talk on the news or in movies, kind of like that transatlantic accent from the like 50s where they're like, and today we will be talking about, where it's like you couldn't localize the person. You couldn't say they were from New York. You couldn't say they were from Texas. You're just like, they just speak English. The Uber was trying to raise her up for a bigger tip. I don't even know if that's Riz. I don't even know if that's a compliment to say that they think you're from Argentina. They're like, are you a refugee? I heard your country was fucking exploding right now. The cleanest accent? To me, there is a standard English accent, is what you described. Fair. I think, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, that would be the standard. Like how we try to speak when we speak professionally. But outside of like newscaster speak or actor speak, I think people, not people from the Midwest, they have strong accents. People in New York have strong accents. People in the Deep South have strong accents. I think probably someone from like California or the Pacific Northwest. Like to me, accent doesn't have an accent in English. It would be hard to localize. Like you wouldn't hear accent talk and be like, "Oh, you're from the Pacific Northwest," because you can't really hear anything. So if I had to say something, I would say if you listen to someone from the West Coast, they typically have less strong accent. But then again, they got that Valley Girl accent. I be telling Axa that she sounds like a Valley Girl. Yeah, Cali. Some Cali folks have accents. It depends on. That's what I'm saying. Everything just depends. It always depends. It depends on your education level. It depends on the city you grew up in. Um, yeah, that's just tough. Cause like two sides of the same state can have dramatically different accents. Like the way the way people in like southern Texas talk, like once you get close to the Mexican border, like where people speak Spanish and stuff, their English is totally different. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when people are like, I don't know, man. Even in Spanish, in either language, people are like, "Oh, I love the Colombian accent." I'm like, "What the fuck is the Colombian accent?" Because like Paisas don't talk anything like Caleños, like not even close. So like you're thinking of an accent in your head, and you're attributing it to the whole country, but like pretty much in every country, city to city, there's a slightly different accent, and the further you get away, and the more geographical features there are in between, the stronger the difference is between the accents. Floridians don't have accents oftentimes. Depends. If they're from Broward County, they do. But Middle Florida, yeah, I agree. Did Giselle ever say something? Oh, she said using the right fillers in conversation. It is difficult, has been difficult for me. What 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 makes it difficult? Like what do you struggle with? Do you struggle with picking a filler or do you struggle with not saying a Spanish filler when you're speaking English or what? Jit. Like those cool words, like what? Now I'm interested. Those cool words. Yeah, like I hate that expression. Oh dear, that's not a filler. What? That's that's some shit. That's some shit somebody says on a TV show. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Yo, that shit is so funny. Giselle, you be cracking me up because obviously you know I'm laughing with you. I'm not laughing at you. But I just be like, all of the stuff that you be saying, I just be like, bro, it's literally something I would say to try to be funny. I'd be like, oh dear, I dropped my pencil. But I would never say that in real life. I'd only say that to like try to make somebody laugh. If someone says, oh dear, around me, I'm questioning the friendship. Yeah, dog, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not cool. Not even close to cool. I'm trying not to laugh, but that's hilarious. I'm sorry, that's actually funny. Like when you said you said something cool, I was waiting for something cool for real. That's not cool. I had no friends around who used the real thing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the most common thing that's not professional would be like, oh shit. Like I would never say oh dear, I would say oh shit. But yeah, oh man. Even dang it is better than oh dear. Oh dear is like white grandma on a TV show. Oh dear, I've left the cookies in the oven too long. I prefer to stare and just raise my eyebrows. That's better than oh dear. Anything's better than oh dear. But I think that's hilarious. And I think anyone under the age of 60 saying oh dear would be confusing to me. Yeah, exactly. I think that's just a great example of what we've talked about in this chat before about how some things can only be learned through experience. And like every phrase, every word has a connotation, like whether you want it to have it or not. Um, and it's yeah, it's hard to teach. You can't tell someone why oh dear is funny. Like they would just like you know it's funny from never hearing it, and the times that you have heard it, like I said, it's on like some corny TV show or something, but not something that someone would say in real life. Giselle, do you ever say desde luego? Do you ever say desde luego? Oh golly, yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's the kind, like I said, that stuff is funny to use like ironically. Like I say golly gee willikers, but I don't actually say golly gee willikers. Not really. What would you think if somebody was saying desde luego, like as a like standardly, just like you frequently heard them using, only in a serious matter? So it's not exactly the same thing, but it's kind of something like that. Like you just kind of like, why are you pulling out that phrase right now in this situation? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I mean, like I said, someone trying to be elegant, but it's not. Yeah, we went to this fancy restaurant, and that dude said that shit like every 5 seconds. Like literally, anytime I asked him for something, like desde luego, he would walk away and go get it. Empanada with Hennessy, that kind of sounds lit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sounds like a good night. Desde luego a la orden. See, but a la orden, like that's used a lot. Desde luego, not so much. I've only had one wait. That one guy was the only waiter that ever said that to me. At least that frequently, anyways. Like this dude, I don't know if Ax is still listening, but he was literally saying that anytime we said anything to him, he would bow and just be like, "Desde luego," and he would walk away and go get it. And I was like, "Why the fuck is he doing that?" It was a fancy restaurant though. I'll give him that. But I don't really. I'm not like a fancy guy. Like I like fancy food, but I just hate the environment. I wish I could get the same food like at the crib, like somebody just bring it to me. Cause there's even what's the place we always go to in Puerto Rico? La Cocina Abierta, and it's like 4 course meal or some shit like that. You got like 4 options. You pick like whatever you pick out of the four, and they serve you like 5 or 6 courses, some shit like that. But you know, they bring that shit out and they give you like a 10-minute speech on what it is, and they're like, well, this shrimp was actually caught on the west of Puerto Rico and brought to you, and this wine is gonna go perfectly with that because of, and I just be like, bro, this shit gonna get cold by the time you get done with this speech, bro. I low key hate when people are that formal to me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Pick your head up when talking to me. Yeah, exactly, bro. I just honestly, man, I don't know at what point in my life I became like this, but I'm just not really down with like really any like traditional role shit. Like I'm just like, bro, I wouldn't care if I was the CEO of a company. I never want to be over another person, and you'll never be over me. I don't care what you do, bro. You could be a doctor, you could be the president. I'll respect you as the president. I'll call you Mr. President. But like that's as far as it goes. I'm gonna shake your hand like a man. I'm not bowing to you. I'm not gonna feel less than you just because you have like a real nice job or something like that. And so I just feel weirded out when people treat me too formally. I'm like, bro, I'm just a human being. The life of me. Yo, what's up, bro? How's your Spanish journey going? Giselle, I didn't think that Mike was saying that they were the same, but maybe he was. That's not how I interpreted his message. Oh, maybe he was. I'm making progress, but I'm not happy with where I'm at. Why are you not happy with where you're at, bro? If you're doing everything that you can do, why would you not be happy? Unless you're slacking. No, I wasn't trying to say that they were the same. Yeah, I didn't think you were. But I see why Giselle thought that because you put them next to each other. I suppose you're gonna hate when people say Sumar said. Yeah, I don't think you were here the last time we talked about it. We had like a 30-minute conversation about this, Edwin. Cause I have a student from Bogota and she was telling me about why they say it and stuff. And like she brought her mom. Her mom was calling me Sumar said, and I'm like, can you stop? Like that shit is weird to me, bro. I hate being bad at stuff, but you gotta be bad at stuff to get good at stuff, bro. Look, think about it like this, bro. There's stages, right? In the beginning, you suck so fucking bad that you don't even know that you suck, bro. Like, I bet you the first time you started saying words in Spanish, you're like, yo, it's lit, bro. Like, I didn't know any Spanish words. Now I can say some. But at some point, you become aware of the mistakes that you're making, the accent that you have, and everything else. But the way that you need to look at that is that you've made progress to be able to recognize that you're bad at it, right? Because before you couldn't even tell that you were bad. So that frustration that you're feeling right now, you turn that energy into something positive, bro. Like you're just taking pride in it and you're realizing that you're not the best at it, but that's fine, bro. That's progress too. It takes time, man. It takes a lot of time, bro. But that's why I be like making my videos, bro. That's why I post those conversations and stuff, bro. Like to this day, there's still times I can't think of words. There's still times like I'm like, fuck, what am I trying to say? You think in 6 months I'm gonna be talking so fluidly, I'll never have to think about whatever again. But you will have to think. Like you won't have to think as much. But just like English, sometimes I forget where I forgot a word up in the chat earlier. Somebody told me the word. I couldn't think of it in English, bro. So that shit is just normal, bro. Bien pueda. I hate how Guatemala and Mexico says que manda. Yeah. You'll never hear me saying that shit. Crazy. I was equated to lifting or basketball. I dedicated my entire life to those two things, and it took me years to get half decent at either. That's what I'm saying. Like, shit just takes time, bro. Literally can't expect to be good at it in a short amount of time. In Colombia, black people use a similar one. They say diga. Yeah, but that's not the same though. Like there's respect and then there's telling somebody to give you a command. Nah, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. It's definitely not the same, Giselle. It might be the same to you, but it's not the same. How's the recovery coming? It's good, man. I'm walking. It's getting better. It's just slow. Giselle do Colombia say Monday. Fuck no, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's a real Mexican thing. Whenever I hear someone say Monday, I'm like, Mexican. It's like I'm waiting for instructions. Yeah, but like, let me think of how I want to present my argument. Yeah, basically what Axel just said in the next one. That's where I was gonna go with it. Like I get what you're saying, but Like the two words, decir and mandar, are just different words. So you can't like I can't say they're the same. You know what I'm saying? They beat it into us. Nah, facts, bro. I don't even like. I don't even like try to argue that shit no more, bro. Because if you try to tell Mexicans that they're just saying some shit like that, they're like, "Fuck you, it's a sign of respect." And I'm like, "All right, bro, my fault." It comes from the longer version. Come on, usted diga. But that's what I'm saying. Like that still doesn't sound as bad as Monday. Like all right, for instance, like I don't really want to get into slave talk, but you know, whenever if black people want to be funny, sometimes we just be like I don't even know if this is gonna make sense because you got to know the whole history behind it. We'll be like, oh yes, massa, yeah, like, but like yes, master and yes, sir, like although they're both signs of like submission, right? They're still not the same. Like they don't have the same historical context, and they're not the same words. See, but yeah, like they're just different. Like and like so, a good example, um, like I guess like what Giselle's doing right now, I do to AXA. Like AXA thinks that saying yes sir and yes ma'am is like crazy submissive, and I'm like, nah, that's just respectful, bro. Like I'm gonna say yes sir and yes ma'am to my parents forever. Like that's just respect. That's not like saying yes master. You know what I'm saying? Um, where did AXA grow up? In Washington. I'm not saying the exact word submissive, but you think that basically you think that it is. You think that it's overreaching with respect. I said it's mad proper. Exactly, Mike. You literally get slapped in the mouth, bro. Like dead ass backhanded. As soon as you say yeah, like yes, ma'am. When did I home? What did I home? I don't remember that. What would I be humming about? We're having a we're having a conversation right now. What did I miss? I must have did it on accident. That's some shit you say to old people. Man, I don't know. That's why culture is so different. Oh, yeah, I missed it. I was already singing at the beginning of the live. Teenagers down here have been saying yes sir to me since I was like 24. Yeah, it just depends on where you're at. Like here, bro, they hate senora, senor. Like they hate that shit, bro. Yes, in my experience, Washingtonians don't get down with the sir, man. They always say, "Don't call me that. I'm not old." Yeah, exactly. That's actually for you. No respect. No respect for her elders, man. Yeah, like culture is just different, bro. Like I've never cussed in front of my parents. Like I can't even cuss in front of other people's parents, bro. And I'm 31, bro. I just be like, can't do it, can't do it, bro. Like we're just chill. Did you mean to type disrespectful? Yeah, bro, that shit hurts my heart when she cusses in front of my parents. Like I be about to like go into a seizure, bro. I just be like, you can't do that. Nah, but that's different, bro. That's different. If you preface it, I do that with my mom. I'll be like, all right, I'm about to tell you what dude said. I'll be like, bro, am I a little kid? Like I should just say it. But I'll be like, no, I need to let her know. I didn't say this. This what the dude said. Yeah, she does always apologize to my mom. That shit just be slipping out. And, bro, I just don't. I promise you, bro. Like I have two different brains, bro. Like I couldn't even cuss in front of my parents on accident if I tried, bro. Like I could be like crazy mad. If my mom was next to me, I'd be like, "Hey, you need to watch it, bro." Like I couldn't cuss. Like it's just not in me, dog. It's that southern respect for our elders, yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. I remember I used to see kids like talking back to their parents. I'd be like, bro, my mom would throw me off of a building, bro, for real. My little sister does cuss in front of my mom, but that's what happens with the baby of the family. They just get the weirdest treatment, bro. Like, you hear me cursing, hell gonna break loose. You know, the other thing, too, is that, I think it's just like a difference. Mike, do you say cussing or do you say cursing? I only say cursing when I'm talking to white people. But, like, I actually say cuss, though. Still crazy to me your pops knows Craig Watts. Bro, my pops, me, I know Craig Watts. Why is that crazy? Why is it crazy to you that my pops knows Craig Watts? You know I grew up with Craig Watts. You weren't here in the last live. I was telling them that's the only person that ever beat me up, bro. In my entire life, bro. I mean, like, not in boxing as a sport, it was different. But I mean, like, outside of boxing, Craig Watts is the only person that ever beat my ass. Because he was huge, dog, and I was like 130 pounds. I was a kid. Oh, Craig Watts Sr. Oh, okay. That's fair. Well, either way, I grew up with both of them. So, how do you know Craig Watts? Yeah, their whole family is big, bro. I like when women. Oh, I like when women speak with sweet words. That's a real. You would fit in the South. That's a real Southern mentality, I think. Is football or basketball more popular in Texas? I would say football, but basketball is popular too. It's just a sports state, but football is always like the king, right? So they killing J. Cole on the TL. They always killing him, bro. Yo, I saw a tweet that he made. He really screwed himself over, and he said he always falls asleep in the studio listening to his music that he just made. And bro, everybody was going in like, yeah, same shit happened when I play your music too. They was cooking him, bro. Lyrical genius, but boring. Yeah, dog. We would call that anti-women in the North. Yeah, you know what? Giselle would, if she was in America, she would be a conservative white woman. That's what I think. He apologized to Kendrick for his diss track? What do you mean he apologized, bro? Are you serious? What do you mean apologized? What? Nah, dog, you talking shit. I don't believe that. In high school, people used to criticize me for listening to J. Cole. Rightfully so. I'm old fashioned for sure. That's fine. Some people have their views. He apologized on stage saying that's his brother and wanted to get the song taken down? What? Why did he think that was a good move? That's very soft. I mean, it's just beef on wax. It's not like they about to kill each other or something, bro. Like, UFC 300 predictions. Alex Pereira. You know, I'm rolling with my boy Charles. And who else? Tell me the other matchups. I can't remember. Justin. I can't remember who else. Of course, bro. Do Bronx all day. City Wicked. Damn, tell me if it's real, Mike. Tell me what he says. This you're talking now is like Mandarin to me. I don't know Mandarin. But I understand why it sounds like Mandarin to you. Oh yeah, Justin about to whoop Holloway ass, bro. I can't wait for Mike to come back and tell me what this apology sounds like. Of course I'm going with Shane Wally. All this sports thing. Yeah. Sports is it's fighting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see Max get KO. He's getting KO, dog. He's getting slumped. He's gonna be sleeping. That's like you dissing a boxer, then apologizing a day later. Yeah, it could never be me. If I diss you, then I'm in it. Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Ah, my hamstring's cramping. Ooh, that's a tough one. What's that one song? That could be anything. I got Holly home. I don't know. I just don't like Aljo, man. Just don't. So I'm not necessarily like rooting against him, but I just never have faith in him. So by G Easy, wait, you're not saying anything. I don't know what that means. I don't listen to G Easy, but I might know the song if you said like more about it. I mean it. I don't know that song. Ugh. I mean it. Never heard of it, fam. I would play it, but YouTube would cancel. Why are you asking me what it is? If you know what it is, if you could play it, then that means you know it. Figgy, of course, bro. Cause I couldn't think of it. Oh, so you just randomly asked? I don't get where it came from. Like, why did you ask that? And how did you ask with no clue? That's the very first card on the fight card. Very first fight on the fight card. Hell yeah, that shit's gonna be super lit, bro. I gotta make sure nobody distracts me on Saturday. Cause y'all kept saying if you said something, you mean it. Oh, yeah, we don't listen to G-Eazy in this chat because we're not weirdos. Also, Crazy Bo Nichols on the main card. That guy sucks, man. It's real? What did he say, bro? Give me a summary, dog. This is hard to believe, man. He basically says society, social media, and his homeboys put a battery in his back. That's pretty sad. You a grown man, dog. I think what's worse is that like this is not the first time he's done something similar. Cause when that one he had like beef with that one girl, her, and I don't remember him exactly apologizing, but he was like trying to say that he didn't really want to beef and some other shit like that. So apologize without I'm sorry. He just said it sat poorly on his spirit. Boo! What a bitch. Holman Rex, you summoning spirits up in the chat or what? He hyped the crowd up by saying I shouldn't have downplayed his catalog. If you love Kendrick Lamar, put your hands up. He's talking a little crazy on that diss track, a little too aggressive for the Compton boys, probably. Did you see that Mexican OT show at the Houston Rodeo? No, I didn't. Speaking of rappers, Big X the Plug. What? Bro, Big X the Plug, he's the coldest, dog. I told Rolando about Big X the Plug a couple months ago. Yo, they be playing Big X the Plug in Colombia, bro. They don't be knowing what he's saying. They just know it's cold. Bitch, I'm from Texas. That's the... No, he not from Florida, bro. He's from Texas. The song's called Bitch, I'm from Texas. Yeah, he fat as fuck, so I'm not surprised that he snores like that. You see what that sign say? It say, don't mess with Texas. Yeah, he is hard, Darius. No diddy. Who you think about, Mike? I'm trying to think of who's from Florida that you would be thinking of. That sounds like Big X the Plug. Florida got some hard rappers though. I was bad in fucking school. Now I'm trying to dodge a sentence. Wait, I thought he was from Atlanta. He not from Florida, is he? Ain't gotta pay to get in the club. They know I'm a walking ticket. I think he's from Florida. Let me think about his accent. I can't tell because he flows so weird. I just remember something he said made me think he was from Atlanta. How do I know about Grady Hospital? Bro, I think I told you before. Bro, you know the South is hella connected, bro. I've had so many friends from Atlanta, bro. And my auntie lives in Lawrenceville. So I go to Georgia, like when I was a kid, I would go to Georgia like I don't know, like every other summer. Like one time I stayed for a whole summer with her. So I know a little bit about Georgia. I don't know a lot, but I know people that have been treated at Grady Hospital. So I've heard multiple stories to the point where I just be like, oh, okay, I would never go there. And like, not the treatment inside of the hospital, but the area. And some of them do say, some of them do say the treatment isn't good too. They be like, yeah, you go there to die, bro. But I know two dudes that have been shot in Atlanta, and so they got rushed there. Um, so yeah, I know of it. I ain't been there. But whenever you hear multiple people speak poorly about something, like you said, you're not even from the area, it's been, oh, I need to stay away from that shit. But yeah, I have heard people say they're Grady baby. Yeah, some things are just kind of well known. It's legit the closest hospital to all of the hoods. Yeah, I don't like hood hospitals, man. I don't like hood nothing. But see, here's the thing, bro. Especially as the world gets worse and worse, people shoot their ops. Their ops don't die, and them motherfuckers really be shooting at the ambulance, bro. Or they'll shoot. They'll go to the hospital and like. I seen so many videos in Chicago and shit where like dudes get like whacked on their release date, bro. Like walk out of the gate and a car rolls by and just wets them up, bro. I just be like, damn, bro. Like y'all beef is that serious, bro? You can't wait for him to get home. You gonna kill him outside the jail, bro? Dude just smelling fresh air for the first time in 5 years and just gets killed, bro. I'm like, damn. How'd you even get that info, bro? I seen a couple videos like that. Saw somebody get pulled out of an ambulance, bro. That's why them, bro, like the paramedics don't be wanting to go to the hood. They be like, bro, I don't have no protection. Like, you would think people would respect the fact that like they're just paramedics. They don't care, bro. People in the hood don't care. I sent Axel this video of this DoorDasher delivering some food in the hood. And like, bro, the whole hood was jumping this motherfucker. I don't know what he did. A lot of times they don't be doing nothing. But this dude was getting jumped by like 30 people, bro. And I'm just like, yeah, dog. You couldn't pay me to deliver something to the hood. I just be like, hey, sorry, bro, I'm not bringing you your food. Sue me. Chicago's wild. Yeah, definitely. No, we're not talking about sports, you said. We're talking about the hood. Smart people don't go to the hood unless they have to. That's why I respect Ubers when Ubers are just like, nah, I'm not doing it. Cause like, I don't know if you ever watched that video I was talking about, Mike, like that Coriano Loco dude, that hood that he was in, Savannah Abajo. That shit is rough, bro. The Ubers won't go there. Like, they just be like, nah. This is funny dude I follow on TikTok. He's an Uber, and he just be posting with people from the hood. Like requests, he'll just look at it and just be like, no. Nope. Smart people without street smarts. Go. Oh yeah. Remember that guy who was scared to drop you off? Oh yeah. Actually, that's happened twice. In the spot that I'm in right now, this shit is not even the hood, bro. But just sometimes the Ubers just be like, hey, you live here? And I just be like, yeah. They just be like, you should live over here, like in blah blah. Like it's more fancy and there's no people walking on the street and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm good. But I can respect that attitude that they have. At least they're being cautious. I was born 10 to 15 minutes from Grady. Once I started walking, we moved out of there. Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You know, I was appreciative that my family was from the hood, but I'm glad I didn't grow up in the hood. Like, but it was good to Like sometimes people that don't have any poor family members, they just be kind of disconnected from life, and they don't know what struggle is. They don't know nothing. And like I mean, that shit's funny to look back on. But I mean, I remember we used to go visit our family, and we'll sleep at their house. Motherfuckers had roaches everywhere. You hear rats skittling and shit, bro. I just be like, yo, we are in hell right now, bro. But that shit just makes you appreciate everything. Not to like use them as a life lesson or anything, but that's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you need to realize that everybody don't got money, bro. Did you see that stabbing case in Minnesota? Yeah, you know what? I heard you talk about it on the live. I had literally just watched it. Well, I didn't watch it. I had just saw it before I clicked on your live. I just saw the caption of the video. And I kind of, like, this is kind of racist, but I kind of assumed they stabbed him. I just saw a big white dude, and I saw this thing say there was a fatal stabbing in a river. I kind of assumed they poked him up, but I guess that was my bias right there. I didn't know he stabbed one of them. My family's not rich at all, but I can't tell I'm from the hood. The actual video is rough. You can see the kid trying to pull. Ooh, yeah, that's bad. Bro, that reminds me of this video. Well, I've seen a couple of videos like this, but there's a real famous one in Australia, and it illustrates the point perfectly of why you just don't fight unless you have to. It's like a 3-on-3. The dude's just yapping, and the dude's like, "What's up? What's up?" And they keep like edging closer to each other, and the front dude pulls out a knife, and the other dude keeps getting close to him, and he just goes like that, like real fast, and instantly the dude puts his hand on his neck, but even with his hand right here, you just see that, and then like just like in like all of 10 seconds, he just loses all control and just falls on the ground. Huge puddle of blood. He's dead, bro. And I'm just like, bro, like that quick, your life is gone, bro. You don't got a chance to text your mom, I'm dying. You don't got a chance to say sorry to nobody about nothing. Just done, bro. And that was with a knife. Same shit could happen with a gun. Like, I should be like, bro, if it's a conflict, keep it pushing, bro. Unless you literally have to defend yourself. Don't walk towards nobody if you don't have to, bro. The kids are beating on the old man. Not bad. Oh, not bad, but bullying him. I know he was in shock because he was passing away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That kind of stuff, bro. That shit happens so fast, bro. That shit happens so fast. I got shanked in my arm, bro. And I didn't even know that shit happened. So I know it's the same. Like, even when my dad got shot, he always says he heard the gun, but he didn't even know he got shot, bro. And so by the time you realize it, like, that shit should be late, bro. Dude went OD though. He just started stabbing random. God damn. See, that's another reason why I watch the company I keep too, because you can make all the right decisions. If your homie kicks it off, you're still in that group. Like if somebody has a gun, they're gonna blast both of y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I got a lot of stories like that. Like with my best friend, he's a crazy hothead, bro. He's literally almost gotten us killed like 3 times. And he thinks that shit's hilarious now, but I'd be like, bro, we literally almost died. I remember we was cutting this dude's lawn. First I'm gonna respond, and then I'll tell you about the story. You said what happened. It was just a fight. It was just a fight, but this dude was a bitch, and he was swinging and shit around. I kind of saw he had it, but I just didn't know that he got me with it. I don't know how to explain it. I was trying to grab him, and he went like that. You can't, I don't have a way to turn my arm to show you, but it's on. Hold on. It's been so long that you can't even really see it that much. You can kind of see it. I'll turn my whole arm. You can see the mark right there. But yeah, I don't even know. Like we had scrapped and everything, and then I literally could see blood on like his shirt, bro. And I'm like, damn, he must have like accidentally cut himself. I looked down at my arm, my shit was just like, I was like, what the? I still didn't even know it was me. I just kind of thought I got his shit on me. I was like, ew, bro. But then when I like wiped it, it just kept coming out. I was like, oh shit, that's my arm, bro. But I swear I didn't even feel that shit when it happened. But my best friend though, bro, we was like 16 years old, trying to make some extra cake in the summer, cutting grass. We was cutting this old white dude's lawn, bro. We agreed on a price. Cool. Cut the grass. We eat. Get finished. Dude was like, nah, this weed eating looks like shit. And he's like, I'll give you guys 20 instead of 80. And I was like, what the? I'm like, bro, we just spent like 3 hours cutting this shit, bro. And he's like, well, I thought you were gonna cut it good, so no. And of course, like my best friend wanted to like beat his ass. And I was like, bro, let's just go, bro. And like my best friend was just like talking mad shit, like I smacked the fuck out you, dog. Go get my fucking $80, blah blah blah. Bro, dude like went in the house real quick. I'm like, bro, let's go, bro. Like, let's just leave. And he was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna get my fucking $80. So he's like standing on this dude's porch. But this dude came out and he's like, I bet you this Desert Eagle makes you guys leave. This motherfucker got the biggest fucking gun in his hand, bro. And my best friend's such a hothead, bro, that he's still talking shit. And I'm like, bro, we're gonna fucking die, bro. He's literally gonna shoot us. Like, and nobody will care. Like, because they'll say, like, we were aggressive and we're on his property. And he was like, man, fuck that. He thinks I'm a bitch. He thinks I'm about to leave without no money just because he got a little gun. And I'm like, yeah, actually, yeah, that's what's about to happen, bro. Like, I'm not about to get shot for $80. So I ended up convincing him to walk away. But I was like, I was in the car, like, bro, like, you really want to get shot over $80, bro? Like, for real? But that's how some people get. They get so mad that they can't think in the future. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to live, dog. I just want to leave. So, yeah, that's not the only situation like that. But that was one of the biggest times where the dude like really had the strap out, bro. And he was an old white dude, so he wasn't about to fight us. Like, oh, that shit was crazy, bro. I literally basically had to like use all of my strength to pull him off of the dude's property. And you know how Texas is, bro. If you feel threatened on your property, you can do whatever you want. I started collecting that money half up front after that, though. That dude played the fuck out of us, bro. I was so fucking mad, bro. Texas heat, bro, cutting grass for 3 hours. And that motherfucker was just like, nah, I don't like the way this looks. I'm like, man, this dude was never gonna pay us, bro. He was never gonna pay us. Like, I'm not saying we was a professional company or something. We were 16-year-olds. We were just cutting grass for money. But like, it's not like we were sloppy, bro. Like, we were taking pride in it because we were like, obviously we wanted them to say like, oh, that was good. Come back in 2 weeks and let's do it again. And most people did. So that shit pissed me off. Half the population is crazy. I sincerely don't feel safe anywhere on the streets. Yeah. Yeah, no, lots of people are crazy. I see stories every day, like murder stories, stabbing stories, like where people just freak out, bro. Like road rage, dudes killing girls for not getting their number. Like I don't know. Like I just wonder how somebody gets to 34 years or something, or 43 years, and like that day they decide that the disrespect from an argument is enough to kill somebody. Like, what's going on in your life, bro? Like, the older I get, the less violent I get. So I'm like, I don't know how people make it this far and decide, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill this dude. Like, I'm tired of him yelling at me. I'm gonna kill him right now. I watched this video in Argentina. I watched it like 2 days ago. This dude's on the run right now. He was in a barber shop. He comes in, he locks the door. Everyone's just looking at him. He pulls out the gun, and everyone's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he just walks up to one dude, right in his head, bro. And then everyone else like kind of hits the floor, and he's basically like, y'all good, bro. I just wanted to kill that dude. I'm like, what kind of argument did they have where he decided killing him and going on the run was the right thing to do? Optimistically, with so many people in the U.S. and Colombia, the percentage of people acting out these crazy things is relatively low. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah. You know what they say, and what I always think about is like, realistically, like we're in the safest time in history, and as many crimes that don't get punished, like compared to the past, bro. Like, you know how easily you could have been a serial killer in the '40s, bro. There was no CCTV. Um, like law enforcement didn't work together state to state, bro. You could catch 3 bodies and just move to Florida, bro. Just be like, yeah, just felt like starting a new life, and you're good, bro. Like, at least now, bro, people that probably would kill probably think at least twice about it. Like, yeah, my life's gonna be totally different after this. I'm not gonna be able to. Uh, Bro, I was like, Rolando, you can't say that. I just realized it was a typo. I was like, bro, what's wrong with you, dog? That's a crazy typo, bro. That is crazy. But yeah, I've seen it for sure, bro. That's not as uncommon as you think. That's why girls just give fake numbers, or they give the number and block them later, because saying no could really get you killed, bro. Definitely. What was I about to say before Rolando put a racial slur in the chat? I was about to say something, I forgot. Ah, man. Oh yeah, I saw this story like 2 years ago. This dude from Colombia, I'm sure this was during like cartel times, killed his wife, shot his daughter, he thought he killed her, and he fled to the United States. Get this, dude's living in Boston for like 40 years, bro. Living a nice suburban life. He has a whole new family. Dude gets caught because he applied for citizenship, and they had his fingerprints, and at this point in time, Colombia and the United States, there's like international databases of fingerprints and stuff. And they're like, oh, this fingerprint matches a guy in Colombia that committed a murder 40 years ago, just with a different name. So he must have got a name change and fled to the United States. And I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Had he never applied for citizenship, dude would have lived a a peaceful life with his new family. And they like, you imagine like finding out that your dad killed his ex-wife and thought he killed his ex-kid. Like all the times that your dad like said like, you're pissing me off, like don't make me hurt you or something like that. Like he's really thinking like, I should kill this motherfucker like I did with my last family. That shit is crazy, bro. How could you even like, I wonder like, after it happened, did his family think like, you know what, he was a kind of a violent guy, or did he just have like a complete personality change? I don't know. But he didn't actually kill the daughter. He thought he did. She survived, and so there are more than you think. Oh, I know it. I know. Trust me. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that's like, if you ever look at like the murderer, like, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word right now, but the amount of murder cases that actually get solved, like the percentage is actually like kind of low. Like especially in places like Detroit and Chicago and shit. Like if you kill somebody in the hood, As if nobody snitches on you, it's hard for them to figure it out. Cause there don't be cameras. Yeah, if you like have a mask on and shit, they're just like, this is just any black dude on the street. I have no idea who this is. They live a normal life. So if you look at Rolando's last message, he said, "You've heard of dudes deleting blank. That word is a racial slur." He meant chicks, but he put a racial slur instead because he hates Asian people. But yeah, that's just crazy. I often wonder how many people like I wonder, have I talked to someone that has committed like a crazy murder like that in secret, and I just talked to them thinking that they were a normal person. You know, the origin of that word. I imagine it has to do with the way the language sounds to people that don't speak it, but I don't know. It's retaliation from their crew, though. What about that? I know I've spoken with a murderer, but before they murdered someone, yeah, me too. That's different though. I wonder, have I spoken to a professional, like someone that's like 50 years old, working a corporate job or something, that killed someone like 30 years ago and no one ever found out? But why do people use it to describe physical features? Eyes, almost like an adjective. Uh, are you asking me to tell me, or are you asking me because you don't know and you want to know? Because I don't have a further description. I just think it's a real English thing to put Y on stuff, like cringe-y, like clingy, like, so there's that slur, and then they just say inky eyes. You know, it's funny. The first time I heard that in Spanish, I was like, that shit don't even sound right. Like, rascaos, like ojos rascaos. Like, I'm like, that shit just sounds weird, bro. But you know, and there's hella people that don't know that that word is a slur. Like, not even people that, I'm talking about people that speak English as their first language. I still be saying people like, oh yeah, when I smoke, I get eyes. And I'm like, dog, you cannot say that, bro. You cannot say that. You have what? Oh, it's rascal. That's what I just said. That's what I said. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. But you said the slur? You said it in English? Or what are you saying? Like you said, if you delete someone in the hood, you're likely to get away with it as long as nobody snitches, but you gotta keep an eye out for their crew's retaliation. I mean, that's assuming that they know who did it too. Sometimes you don't know who did it, bro. Also, the best way to get to commit a crime is to not be attached to it at all. Like, if you are from the suburbs and you just go to the hood and randomly kill somebody, they're never gonna connect you to the case, bro. That's why serial killers like just go kill like hookers and shit, cause like they're gonna look for people in the immediate area, and outside of that, like the Green River killer, that motherfucker killed so many girls, bro. Just because like even when the cops had him as a suspect, they're just like, nah, it wasn't him. I said it. No, I know what it is. I just said, to me it doesn't make sense as a description. It kind of does, but it's just weird to me. Mike, you don't know the Green River Killer? I said that like I knew who it was before I moved to Washington. I'm not really into like serial killers and stuff, but bro, the Green River Killer is from Washington. Look him up. He's like one of the most prolific serial killers in history, bro. Like, it was something like 100 little girls, like minors, bro. To the represent. What a weirdo. But it was to the point that like people from Washington that are of age, they could tell you about when they weren't allowed to go outside. Like if they were little girls, they weren't allowed to play outside because, bro, the Green River Killer was killing for like 25 years, bro. And you want to know what's even crazier about that motherfucker? Dog, during COVID, they was about to let his ass out. That's when I that's when I was like, hey yo, bro. Like conservatives be on to something sometimes, bro. Like sometimes liberals are just weird, bro. Like they were really just like, well, the jails are overcrowded and he's old. Yeah, he's alive, bro. He's in jail. Or he might be dead now, but he was alive during COVID. I think he's still alive. He ain't that old. But they were just like, well, he's like 60 something. Let's vote on letting him out, bruh. He only stayed in by one vote. If one more person voted, that motherfucker was gonna be out on the streets, bro. That is insane. That is crazy. And like that was like during a time where there was like a lot of political division. And I'm not gonna say that I necessarily aligned with liberals, but I think a lot of people would have said that I was more left. And I would see that shit, bro, and I would see people arguing for that shit, and I'm like, yeah, I could never be associated with this shit, bro. Like, that's insane. Yeah, literally, wasn't it like 25 years? He killed over a long period of time. Gary Ridgway. Who are you talking about? I'm talking about the Green River Killer. He's one of the most prolific serial killers in history. Yeah, he looks like a creep, but that's what I'm saying. Because he was like a suburban white dude, the cops, like, literally, he was a suspect at one point in time during the prime of his killings. And they were just like, nah, he's just a dude that buys hookers. Like, nah. Yeah, the only reason he got caught, nah, Mike, that's 48 found confirmed victims. Like, according to him, it was more. Cause like basically like you know how they do. They're like if you tell us where the bodies are, we'll give you this, that, and the other. And he just had those. He knew where like 48 of them were, bro. But like there's a bunch that he just doesn't know where they're buried at. So technically you can't say that he killed them because they haven't been found. But he says like, yeah, bro, there's way more than the ones that I can remember. But those are like this sounds weird, but those were like dear to him. So he's like, oh yeah, if you go 3 steps to the left of this tree, you'll find her body. Like, and yeah, like Axa said, he only got caught because like 20 years later, his nephew was like, yo, I'm pretty sure my uncle was the Green River Killer because he did or said some shit that made his nephew be like, what the fuck? But he was a suspect. And they literally just were like, nah, this dude just doesn't fit the bill of a serial killer. And that's what I was saying, bro. People like him got away with this shit relatively recently. Imagine in the 20s and 30s and shit, bro. You could fucking kill everybody you wanted to in Canada and just move to America. You would never get caught, bro. 71 confirmed, exactly, bro. And that dude was like Axa said, they used to... Like, I don't know if you saw Axe's message, bro. She said she used to deliver the newspaper to him, bro. Like, that dude was, like, not some dude. No. That's what I'm saying, bro. This dude was, like, killing people in the community. And, like, people were scared to go outside and shit, bro. And, like, he just wasn't a serious suspect to the cops. Because they're just like, nah, it's a respectable white dude. Rolando, what are you reading, bro? Axa. Rolando, you actually corrected yourself wrong. because they look like the nicest people. You know what's so funny though? Like Mike said, he looks like a creep to me. All of those dudes that are serial killers, they always have the same creepy ass look, and only cops, I'm gonna say cops, only a certain demographics think like, but he looks so nice. And they always call these motherfuckers handsome and charming. I be looking at their pics like, bro, no, no. Like, what was that one killer where they just said he was so handsome and charming? Was it the Zodiac killer? No, because they didn't find him until later. I can't remember who it was. But when I finally saw his picture, I'm like, this motherfucker was not handsome, bro. They definitely have a pattern. Yeah, Rolando, you had it right the first time. Ted Bundy, yes, Ted Bundy. First time I saw Ted Bundy, I'm like, this can't be who they're talking about, bro. They can't be talking about this dude and saying he's charming and handsome. Like, dude literally fits the same profile as Jeffrey Dahmer, uh, Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway. All these dudes, they're always fucking creepy looking white dudes with glasses. I'm just like, bro, if I saw this dude, I would walk the other direction because they look weird as hell. Ted Bundy was from Washington too? See, that's why I don't fuck with Washington, bro. Crazy depression rates, hella serial killers. That's just not a place for people, bro. Like, that shit is just weird, bro. Like, why are all the most prolific serial killers in history up in Oregon and Washington? That's weird. There's another one too from, or is Ted Bundy the, no, because you just say he's from Washington. There's another one from Oregon. I can't think of who it is. But yeah, the Pacific Northwest just be generating serial killers. No sun just be fucking their brains up, I guess. Luckily for me, Giselle, I am a master of body language. And when someone's creepy to me, that means they're really creepy. And I would never betray my gut. If I feel like they're weird, then they're weird. You have to prove to me that you're not weird, but I'm never gonna give you the chance. You wanted to go where? Washington or Oregon? Go ahead and go. You just might end up as a serial killer victim. Matter of fact, I don't know if I told y'all this. I always tell Axa, or I should say I used to always tell her that it's not safe to go hiking by yourself. And I wouldn't say it like in a sexist way, like, oh, you're a woman, it's unsafe, even though you are more unsafe as a woman. I would just be like, bro, I wouldn't go hiking by myself. Like, I just wouldn't. So, in Washington, and this is not even like some off the beaten trail fucking hike. This is a very, very popular hike. Like, if you Googled like things to do in Washington, it's one of the first things to do. This lady was hiking and she said like she was walking and a dude like basically walked right in front of her and she's like, oh, sorry, and she tried to step to the side and he stepped with her and she was like, what the? So she turned around and, you know, he basically pushed her on the ground, got on top of her, started beating the shit out of her. And she's screaming. And she's like, I'll give you money, whatever you want. And he just literally told her, like, oh, no, I'm about to kill you. And he pulled out a knife, started shanking her up. But some people were luckily walking by and came and kicked him, and he ran away. And, like, yeah, she almost died. But, like, all of this, her face, her head, shanked up. She lost a lot of blood. She's, like, half paralyzed and shit. And so, yeah. It's just not a good idea to just be out in the world by yourself if you can help it. Not isolated anyways. Like, that's the one thing about the South. The weirdos know if they try, they can get a hot one to the chest. Yeah, that's very true. Still happens, but more likely. Worry about my mom and stuff like that. I already know I'll worry if I end up having a daughter. Facts. Just for clarification, not that it matters, but he's technically not from Washington, but he went to college in Seattle where the majority of murders took place. You talking about Ted Bundy? Yeah, Giselle, don't go hiking alone. Take somebody with you. Yeah, the world is crazy. I thought so. So Ted Bundy, is he from Oregon? I was about to say I thought he was from the Pacific Northwest, but I thought he was not from Washington. There's somebody from Oregon. Yeah, Giselle, gotta be on the weirdo lookout at all times. Facts. 100%. Always, man. Cannot trust people in this world. It's crazy because, like, I'll never know how it feels to be a woman. Oh, he's from Vermont. I'll never know how it feels to be like like a more vulnerable person. But I just know the way I feel, even though I just be like, bro, like, nobody can fuck with me. But even still, like, I remember, like, at my, not my last job, but my old job, that shit was in a, that shit was in, like, Tweakerville. So I get done training people at, like, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Mad crackheads outside, bro. And crackheads, like, they're just too unpredictable, bro. Like, bro, I'll be walking to my car, somebody be making like a beeline towards me, and I'm like looking in the corner of my eye, I'm like, oh, this dude's walking straight towards me. I'm like, I'm about to deck this motherfucker as soon as he gets close. And like they'll be walking fast as fuck and get real close and be like, hey man. And I'm like, what's up, bro? And they're like, you got $5, bro? I'm like, nah, bro, get the fuck out of here. And they're like, damn man, I'm just trying to get some. And I'm like, nah, bro, like don't walk up on me like that, bro. And be like, my bad, bro. I'm looking for. I'm like, bro, leave me alone. Motherfuckers be walking up fast as hell at nighttime, bro. I'm like, what's your problem, dog? Or sometimes I'll get in the car, start the car, and the motherfucker knock on my window. Bro, nothing makes me feel more uncomfortable than somebody standing over me at my fucking window when I'm in the car, dog. I hate that shit, bro. So I just be like, bro, get away from my car, dog. I will run you over. I promise, bro. I will find a way to whip my car and run you over. Like, I hate that shit, bro. Then I hear I be looking them dead and I like try it. Here they be trying to assess whether you have it on you. Oh yeah, definitely. But nah, it's not even like that in Washington. They're like straight up crackheads. And like if they could take advantage of you, they would. But they don't got it on them. They don't got nothing on them. They just crackheads. Knocking on the window will legit get you shot. Oh yeah, no facts, bro. Cause like that's what I'm saying. Nobody would do that to you in Texas because they know they'll get blasted, bro. Like that is crazy. So that's what I'm saying. I used to feel mad uncomfortable, especially because when I first moved to Washington, there was a dude that would he had got like 6 victims. He would just walk around looking for people that were like taking a nap in their car, and he would shoot them in the head, bro. And I was just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, of all the people you could mess with, you gonna mess with somebody that's tired as hell, just trying to take a nap, bro? Crazy, bro. So, like, ever since I moved to Washington, I stopped napping in my car like that. I would do that sometimes, like, if I just, like, had a lunch break, I'll sleep in my car. I can't even sleep in the car no more, bro. I be too paranoid, bro. I see some, like, shadow. I'm like, nah, I can't do it, bro. Fuck this. A guy walked up to me like that, walking out of half price books. He asked for some change. I didn't have anything, so I went to Dollar Tree and bought him some snacks and I think of water. That's nice. I swear I'm not going out there, bro. It's not that bad, bro. It's just a lot of weirdos out there, bro. But like overall, bro, it's less scary than like the South. It's just the weirdos are really weird. Yeah, Philadelphia, all parts of Philadelphia are just a no go to me. I don't care what anybody says. Philly's just a lawless place. All big cities to me are just lawless, bro. Houston, Philly, Chicago. I know they got good places, but there's too much going on, man. And I just feel like in the past, cities were like, oh, like there's this part of the city that's bad and there's this part of the city that's good. I feel like over time, all of that shit is merging together, bro. These people are leaving the hood and committing crimes in other places and stuff, bro. Like in Chicago, like FBG Duck got shot broad day in the mall, bro. I'm like, bro, beef used to be like, I'm gonna catch you slipping at nighttime. in your hood, like broad day, bro, at the mall. That's crazy. Like, you gotta really want to kill somebody to do some shit like that. I do agree with that. There are no safe places now. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, it's just not good. How's it less scary? For one, it's hard to describe, man. But like, so it is getting worse. I'll say that. But I never really was like scared of like somebody carjacking me. Like Houston and places like that, Houston, Puerto Rico, Chicago, Detroit. You don't stop at red lights at nighttime. Like that's just a no go. That's an easy way to get jacked. Houston, jackers be waiting to jack, bro. Like you, you stop at a red light, you gonna lose your rims or your car, one of them. But either way, no. Uh, but Washington was never really like that to me. They had like I said, little tweaker problems. People would steal your fucking what is that shit called? Your Cadillac? What is it? Catalytic. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Catalytic converter, some shit like that. Gets you some nice little change. They'll steal that shit from the bottom of your car. They'll definitely bust your windows out. Yeah, catalytic converter. Um, but yeah, like the real gun violence and stuff like that was never a serious issue. I never was like, oh, I hope I don't get shot. Like I was never like that. In Texas, sometimes there's been multiple occasions where I thought I was about to get shot in Texas. What you going to Detroit for, bro? Yeah, D somewhere like I wouldn't be out at nighttime. I'm a scaredy cat too though, bro. I just don't be taking chances. If somebody tell me somewhere's dangerous, I'm taking your word for it. Take your word for it. You tell me don't go out at nighttime, I'm gonna take that seriously. Okay, I won't do it at all. So I do think some places are worse. Uh, like I think Houston nightlife, Seattle nightlife, big city nightlife, man, it's just bad, bro. It's always shootings and shit, bro. Ann Arbor. Mm. I've been to Detroit one time, but I was a kid. Like I went to like a museum and did a track meet and shit. I was like doing daytime shit. I mean, as long as you ain't doing no nighttime activities, I'm sure you'll be alright. And of course, just like with everything, there's really, really bad parts and there's good parts. You know, 8 Mile, you don't go to 8 Mile. That's what I'm saying. Like, just certain places you just don't go. Motherfuckers be going to places to try to be cool. I'll be in Detroit for maybe 20 minutes until I get out of the city. Oh yeah, you be straight. But yeah, people be going to places trying to be cool, pulling up to O Block and stuff like that. Want to take pictures just to say they were there. I'm like, for what? Like, why, bro? What do you get out of saying you were on O Block? Like, that doesn't make you tough. Like, you just took a picture there, bro. You just put your life at risk, put your valuables at risk for a picture. That's crazy. Very, very crazy. Damn, it's 11:42. That's insane, bro. What y'all got going on? Y'all don't gotta wake up tomorrow? I watched an Expedia video about San Francisco. You know what? San Francisco, San Diego, LA, those are underrated places for crime, in my opinion. Those places, like, I always tell Axel, I don't want to go to California. Like, I be talking a lot of shit about cities, but them cities in Cali, like, I don't know what's up with Cali, but San Diego, LA, San Francisco, they just be having, like, the weirdest violence. It's always, like, carjackings and shit. California is just, like, a big no-go to me. I just don't fuck with California. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It's got some beauty to it. I be seeing nice pictures. There's just way too much going on. And like when celebrities get killed there, I'm like, bro, no. If y'all are willing to gun down popular figures, you'll have no problem gunning down a regular person. Been out there, won't be back unless I have to. They market the state well though. It seems appealing until you actually go out there. Yeah, I've been to Cali twice. I went to LA one time and I went to Oxnard the other time. And both times that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, this shit is not that dope, bro. It seems way cooler on pictures and videos and shit. I mean, technically, you could feel like that anywhere. That's how I felt in Paris. That's how I felt in a lot of places in Europe. I'm like, bruh, after you get your little pictures, shit's not dope. But I didn't feel like I was gonna get killed in Paris, in California. Cali, man, especially like LA and shit, it gets sketchy, bro. Tengo sueño, nos vemos la próxima. Alright, bro, salute. I'm about to get off of here in like a couple minutes. I don't know who else is in the chat. If it's just Giselle, then I might get off. No disrespect to Giselle, but I guess the best place is where someone you know is. Yes, that's always the best place to go. That's what I was just telling. He's not in here anymore, but Lafayette, he said he was going to Cuba. I don't want to discourage him from going. I think that's cool. But I think the best thing is when you know someone in the place that you're going, you don't even have to go to anywhere cool. Like literally just kicking it with someone that's from there, hanging out with them, doing whatever, going to their favorite restaurants, going to whatever, to me is way better than like going on Google. Oh, what is there to do in this place? What is there to do wherever? Like I don't like doing that. I'd rather like hang out with someone from the place and they show me stuff they like to do or show even if it's tourist stuff, at least I'll be with them and not like trying to figure it out. I'm not sleepy. I drank this huge cup of coffee. Gotta force myself to sleep. What time do you have to wake up tomorrow? One time after leaving Supercuts, the guy stopped to ask me how much I paid. He said he'd do it cheaper next time. He didn't chase after me as I drove off. He opened the door and hopped in the passenger seat. I thought I was gonna get carjacked, but I guess he realized my Acura RSX Type S is manual. So maybe that's why he didn't. Anyway, he didn't tell me if I could drop him off at Motel 6. And to my surprise, there was someone there expecting him. That's a crazy story, bro. He told me he had just gotten back from the army, so I asked him if he was maybe an E9. He said, actually, I'm an E12. There's actually more ranks. Yeah, you shouldn't have let him in your car, bro. You need to lock your doors. What's early? You just said, Giselle, you said early, but what's early? $5 a.m.? What the You definitely need to go to sleep. And then you have classes at 3 p.m.? Damn. Nah, I can't wake up that early. I'm done with those days. When I got finished with the army, I was like, I'll never wake up that early again. Well, I did have to for my last job, but that's because I was training people in the army. I usually don't sleep. That's a lie. You be falling asleep all the time. What time do I wake up? Now, I be waking up at like 8, 9 o'clock whenever my body wakes up. It just depends on what time I go to bed. My body is like 6 hours, 6.5 hours. I'm up, bro. It's hard to sleep for longer than 6 hours for me. Mike, don't listen to Giselle. Giselle, literally, every time she always says, oh, well, I could call you at this time because I know that you sleep late. And every time I just be like, I don't sleep that late. She just thinks I wake up at like 11 or 12. I don't know why. I'm jealous. Nah, bro. It's a curse, dog. That's why, like, I really don't like going to bed early. Because, like, if I went to bed at like 11, I'll be up at 6 something, bro. 7 if I'm, like, crazy lucky. If I, like, just sit in the bed, even though I know I'm not asleep, I just keep my eyes closed and, like, try to get, like, more drowsy. I'll, like, wake up at, like, 7, maybe. If I go to bed at 11, I'll be up at 6 something, 7 something. Like, damn, bro. So I always go to sleep at like 1, 2, so I can wake up at 8. I just got in the car, so the door was still unlocked. Come on, dog. Reflexes. As soon as I sit in the seat, I lock the door, bro. As soon as the door closes, I lock the doors. Because sometimes people will really be watching you, bro. So they'll be like, as soon as he gets in the car, I'm going to open the other door. If I don't set an alarm, I would legit just sleep and sleep and sleep. You like Axel, bro. I can't do that. I wish. I really wish, bro. There's actually a MRDR in the adjacent Chuck E. Cheese parking lot. Oh, murder. Not too long ago. Rolando live in the hood, y'all. They killing people at Chuck E. Cheese. Giselle don't be working out, bro. Don't let her trick you. She just acts like she works out. She'd be like, I'm so sore. I'm be like, you did not work out. Mike, you got school tomorrow, Doug, or what? Or are you on spring break? Or did this last week spring break? Murders happen in the good neighborhoods too? Yeah, they do sometimes, but he got too much going on. Murder at the Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, a random dude jumped in his car. Nah, dog, that's the hood. I know the hood. I know the hood. Random people don't jump in your car in the suburbs, dog. Sometimes they do, but not like that. I do know some stories of some rich dudes that are crazy drunk that be like, can you take me to this location? I'll give you $50. I just be like, bro, you don't have an Uber on your phone? I was on spring break last week. I gotta get up at 6:45 tomorrow. Damn, bro. And it's 12:50 where you're at right now, huh? You need to go to sleep, dog. Listening to this bullshit on YouTube Live. Remember that Humble was in the worst areas in the Houston area. Bruh, I'm the one that just... Mike's the one that's saying you don't live in the hood. I know you live in the hood. We are teachers. See, that's why I'm not going to be a teacher. I need something where I could wake up later. The only good thing about my last job, where I had to wake up at 4, was that I woke up at 4. I coached people from like 6 a.m. to like 7:30. And then I had one more group that I trained at like 12. And then I'll be done. I'll be done working at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I go home. So I get home at like 2 after driving for an hour. Take a big ass nap. Wake up at like 5, maybe 6. And then stay up until like 12. Sleep 12 to 4. Take a big ass nap. I just do it like that. That was actually a pretty cool schedule. Waking up at 4 a.m. is insane. It is, but not really. The military made me okay with doing a lot of things. Because I'm like, well, at least I'm not doing this. Because in the military, you'll wake up earlier than that. And you won't get finished until 5 o'clock or some shit. You like that schedule? Nah, that schedule was cool, man. That schedule was cool. I didn't like waking up. But once you actually get done, at least you get done and you're like, yo, if I want to go like do something at the post office or something, no, everyone else is at work. You know what I mean? You could run some errands or something. But like with regular jobs, bro, you get off at like 5 or some shit, 4, try to drive home in traffic. You don't want to run no errands, bro. You like, fuck, bro, like 6 o'clock, I need to hit the gym. I need to get my shit ready for the next day. I just feel like the later your job lets you out, the more it feels like you're literally just going home to get ready for the next day, and it just like runs into each other. But I don't know. Rolando, we do not want to read about sad stories about dudes getting shot at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm off at 3:45 as long as I get to work on time. That's straight. 3:45 is not bad, but I don't know. Like in Washington, that would like be like peak traffic, bro. I would be in traffic and I would get off at 1, dog. Like I'll just be like, how are people on the road, bro? I don't know. Maybe it's like the end of lunch or something. I don't know. It would take me like an hour to get home. I will always be falling asleep on the way home. Be like this, dog. Head just going back. And I'll be like slapping my face and shit, turning music all the way up. Roll the window down, start screaming my music like, I don't give a fuck about it. And then like literally 5 seconds later, I'll be like, and fall back asleep. You don't have no traffic? Oh, that's nice, bro. That's super nice. Oh, you got it made then, bro. That's a good schedule then. The traffic is what fucks it up. No me quiero bañar. No me quiero bañar. Si cochino me voy a quedar. Plus, the schools I work at are low key on the countryside, so I'm passing farms and big houses. That's lit. Alright, at 11:55, I'm just gonna get off. Cause y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna get off. Y'all be like, I'm leaving, I'm going to bed. And y'all still be here 15 minutes later. Here he goes with the soprano notes. I love that song, bro. No me gusta el shampoo. No me gusta el jabón. Si cochino me quedo mejor. Alright, 11:55. Salute. Thanks for y'all coming in. And I will see y'all next time. I missed.